So welcome back to part two of my Arsenal in the FA Cup history. In this video, I'm going to go from the success of 1993 all the way up to date with our 14th FA Cup win. Hi, I'm Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. In this video, I'm going to look at our FA Cup history. This is part two. I'll be going from 1993 all the way up to 2020. And of course, as our FA Cup defence begins this weekend. Just before I get into all that, so make sure that you are all subscribing to my channel. If you like what I do, please click the subscribe button down in the corner there. Please give this video the thumbs up as well. If you've got any comments to make at all about any of the FA Cup finals or anything to do with Arsenal, please drop me in the comments box as well, because I do love to hear from you guys. So following the 1993 FA Cup success, we didn't have another really good run in the competition up until Arsene Wenger arrived. And of course, 1998, we returned to the final and we were looking to complete our second double. Of course, we'd won the league title just a couple of weeks before and we faced Newcastle here at Wembley in the final. And we got our revenge, of course, for those two previous defeats that had given us in finals before. This time we won 2-0. It was goals from Mark Overmars and Nicolas Anelka. The following season, of course, 1999, we came close to repeating the double. Of course, we did fall at the final stages. In the FA Cup, we did reach the semi-final, which became an epic match against Manchester United. Of course, on the way there was that famous game against Sheffield United, of course, at Highbury. If you remember, Sheffield United had kicked the ball out of play for a throw because it had an injured player. When we threw the ball back in, Kanu, of course, chased it down, crossed the ball for Mark Overmars to score, and that put us 2-1 up, and it proved to be the winning goal. Of course, Sheffield United, under the management of Steve Bruce, who, of course, comes back to the Emirates, doesn't he, this weekend with Newcastle. He was going to threaten to take the Sheffield United team off following that goal. And although the goal had to stand, at the end of the game, Arsenal offered to replay the match. And a few days later, we faced Sheffield United again at Highbury and won again 2-1. So I say that first game was only the second occasion that we'd won a cup tie and not automatically progressed through to the next round. In that semi-final, of course, in the first game against Manchester United at Villa Park, we drew 0-0. A good game, actually. We survived Freddie Ljungberg's red card, and then the replay became one of the greatest games probably ever played in the competition. It didn't quite go our way, though, did it, with that famous goal in extra time from Ryan Giggs, which gave Manchester United a 2-1 victory. We did then return to the final in 2001. That wasn't at Wembley, it was at the Millennium Stadium, of course, while the new Wembley behind me was being redeveloped. On the run to that final in 2001, of course, we'd beaten Spurs again in the semi-final. This time we'd come from 1-0 down to win that game 2-1. It was Robert Pires, of course, with the winning goal. In the final, we should have beaten Liverpool quite comfortably. We were 1-0 up. We missed several good chances to score. We should have had a penalty, but in the end, we lost that game to two late goals from Michael Owen. The following year, we did return to the final in 2002, where we were again chasing a double. We faced Chelsea in the final, and this time we did win the game with two great goals, probably two of the greatest FA Cup final goals. The first one from Ray Parlour and the second one from Freddie Ljungberg. And of course, just 3 days later, we went up to Old Trafford and completed the double by winning the league title as well. Then in 2003, we were back at the Millennium Stadium again. And for the first time in our history, we did retain the FA Cup. It wasn't the greatest final, was it? But we did win 1-0 against Southampton with a goal from Robert Pires. Of course, 2004, we had a great opportunity to win the FA Cup for a third season in a row. We did, of course, win the league that season without losing a game. In the FA Cup semi-final, we played a slightly weakened team against Manchester United at Villa Park, and again they came out on top, beating us 1-0 with a goal from Paul Scholes. But the following season, we did gain revenge for that in 2005. Our last FA Cup final played at the Millennium Stadium. We were quite fortunate to hold the game at 0-0 after extra time against the Manchester United side, who dominated much of it. But it went to penalties, and we did come out on top, of course. Patrick Vieira's final kick in an Arsenal shirt, winning us that final, the first time the FA Cup had ever been decided in a penalty shootout. After that, of course, the final returned here to the new Wembley. We didn't have a lot of success in in the competition for a while. The nearest we came was in 2009 when we reached the semi-final. Unfortunately, we lost to Chelsea 2-1 despite a goal from Theo Walcott. So it wasn't until 2014 that we finally returned to an FA Cup final, our first one here at the new Wembley. We'd had a bit of drama in the semi-final. Getting there, of course, it was Championship side Wigan were winning 1-0 late into that game until Per Mertesacker equalised, and then we did finally win the penalty shootout, our first time we'd succeeded in the semi-final on penalties. In the final, of course, we played Steve Bruce again, who was manager of Hull City. We were 2-0 down very early in that game, could have even been 3-0 down, but we did come back to take it to extra time with goals from Santi Cazorla and Lauren Koscielny, and then of course Aaron Ramsey won it for us in extra time. The following year we returned to Wembley to retain the cup for only the second time in our history. It was a much more comfortable victory that was over Aston Villa when we won 4-0. Theo Walcott opened the scoring, and then Alexis Sanchez of course scored one of the greatest FA Cup final goals, a fantastic strike from 35 yards into the top corner, and then late goals from Per Mertesacker and Olivier Giroud sealed the 4-0 victory. There was a great opportunity for us to win the cup 3 years in a row in 2016. We made it through to the quarter-finals. We faced Watford at the Emirates, and unfortunately a couple of bad mistakes there cost us that game and we lost 2-1. But the following year, 2017, we were back again. Arsene Wenger was chasing a record 7th FA Cup win, and we did achieve that, and at the same time prevented Chelsea from winning a double. They came into the final having just clinched the league title, but we had a brilliant performance that day, as we had done in the semi-final, coming from behind to beat Manchester City 2-1. This time we did lead with Alexis Sanchez goal, and just after Chelsea had equalised, Aaron Ramsey became the first player in our history to score 2 winning goals in different FA Cup finals when he headed home and Olivier Giroud crossed to give us the FA Cup for a record 13th time. And of course that brings us right up to date now. Of course 2020, the much interrupted season, and we did reach the final again. It was beating Manchester City in the semi-final and then playing Chelsea in the final. This time we went 1-0 down in the final. Very early goal that was from Pulisic, but we came back with 2 goals from Aubameyang as he became the second player to score twice in one FA Cup final for Arsenal. The winning goal, of course, one of FA Cup finals greatest goals as well. A lovely goal that was to give us extend our record to 14 FA Cups. And so here we are now, back up to date. We start our defence again this weekend, I say, with Newcastle, visit the Emirates, and looking to see if we can win our 15th FA Cup. That would be great, wouldn't it? So in total, then in the competition, we've played 449 games. We've won 251. We've drawn 93, and we've lost 105. In those games, we've scored 778 goals and conceded 466. So overall, we've got a very good record. We've won the trophy more times than anybody else, and I suppose you could say that the FA Cup is definitely Arsenal's trophy. So that's it then. That was the second part of this history of Arsenal in the FA Cup, bringing us right up to date. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button down in the corner there. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it as well. I've got loads of great stuff coming up on the channel over the next few days. Tomorrow night I've got a live show as we preview the Newcastle game. I'm still hoping to get a Newcastle fan on, just waiting for confirmation of that. We'll be doing all the usual stuff, looking back on past memories, focusing on some players that's played for both clubs. And then of course on Saturday I will be doing a watch along of the FA Cup game against Newcastle as well, and then on Sunday I'll be looking at it in a lot more detail, giving a forward match review. So lots coming up, so stay tuned to the channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel so far as we begin our FA Cup defence this weekend. Come on you Gunners!